Hi guys, this is Lynn with Paper Life, and today we have my daughter helping me out with a project.
Hello.
I wanted to work on a tassel with everybody. It's kind of a experiment. My daughter's pretty crafty, but she hasn't actually done something like this before, so we are learning as we go. For all of you that tried joining us on the live, we're sorry. The internet at our house is less than wonderful, so it was just coming out really pixelated, and what's the point of you guys sitting through a long video when you can't even tell what we're doing? So for this tassel, I made it to go on basically your standard size journal. You know, it's, well, what is it? It's about 8 3/4 inch tall by, oh, I already measured that way. Okay, it's about 8 3/4 inch tall. I think I already said that. And it is about 5 1/2, 6 inches wide, just so it fits like a US standard paper. So I don't have, well, I can't find my Tim Holtz little hooks or my fishing hooks or any of the other things that I would normally secure this on with, so I just grabbed a bulb pin, and that's what I'll be using again today. On this one, I want to make a tassel to go on this journal, which is about 6 inches long here. A friend of mine made this journal for me, and it's one of the ones that she does that's personalized, and it has a picture of me and my husband, and inside there's a couple pictures of the kids and stuff. So yeah, I don't think I actually got through that whole train of thought. It's about 6 inches long on the spine, so when I'm doing my ribbon and all my other goodies to go in there, I double up what my length's going to be and add just a little bit extra. I liked how on this one, they didn't all come down at the same point. Some were just a little bit longer than other ones. So again, we copied that one in this one. Today, my daughter picked out my theme, which she went with fire and ice, or fire and water. And then what was yours?
Mine was an ocean themed.
Ocean themed. So we have a couple of these ribbons that are a little bit long, or a little bit wider. We don't actually want them that width, so we want to fold them kind of in half. So if you give me 1 second, babe, I'm going to play catch up with what I was already telling you, okay? One thing I find easier with this is that I want to find the center point of all my pieces. This one's easy because it's got metal on both sides. But here, let me find one that's not as easy. With like these pieces, they're not going to want to stay at the center fold line. So I just pick a number so it gives me a solid line. And then all my center of every piece will go right on that line. So that's what I'm going to kind of do here quickly. I'm not really stressing each one of my pieces being exactly folded at the center. All right, that leaf ribbon might be the death of me. It might be attacking me, girl.
I like the leaf ribbon.
I know, so do I. I hope it comes out really cute in there. I'm hoping it works. I don't know if it will or not. I'm worried about the twisting part. You might have to share some of your embroidery thread with me here in a second when we do the twisting around.
So that was a struggle.
Yeah. So on this one, again, I want to kind of fold it in half and put it back on my center line. Fold it in half, hot dog style. Yep. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want it kind of in that spot-ish, so that, because if not, when I'm afraid when we fold it or twist it around, it's going to become too thick. So, give me 1 second. I'll do that with this one. Where was your center? Right about here? So my fingers are right about where the center is, and all I want to do is start twisting it up in a circle. Let me give that back to you for just a second, and I'll play catch it with mine. So I want to kind of twist it around. And then let me find something to kind of show you guys what it did. My fingers aren't working. It'll kind of create a hole in the middle, like a circle. I found it was a lot easier, or in my head I'm thinking it's going to be a lot easier to just take a binder clip and clip onto where you circled those around at. Give us 1 second, I'm just going to help you out here for a second. So again, all we're going to do is we're going to twist this part kind of tight so that these kind of helps keep them all together. So again, we created a little bit of a hole there in the middle. I'm going to give that back to you. Oh, I forgot to put my, look, I should be fired. I forgot to put my,
Good one, fired.
Yeah.
Goes with your finger.
Girl, I think you're challenging me. You picked some of like the hardest ones to wrap. Because
No,
that velvet isn't easy either.
I didn't think about wrapping it.
You just went with what looked good, huh?
Yeah, I tried to go with the theme.
You're like, I don't know what to tell you. That wasn't my job. My job was to pick them out, huh?
Mm.
All right. Oh, the leaves didn't do too bad, actually. Well, I say that. So as you can see, even when I twisted my sides around, they didn't come out perfectly even. If you're ones to kind of worry about that, then have fun worrying about that. I'm just not going to stress that part. Or apparently the fact that I forgot another ribbon in there. I know. This is like my hot mess one, huh? Girl, you know by now how I do this, right? All right. Well, at least I'm getting really practiced on how to wrap this around. It's fine. You don't have to be quiet, baby. Okay, so the way that I closed this on here was I used some more of the embroidery thread. And babe, I'm going to need to borrow one of yours. And this is where the binder clips came in handy because it kind of helped keep the twist in here when we hey baby girl, can I borrow yours for a second? And I'm going to twist yours on video, and then you can show them how to tie on, how we were tying on the beads and any of the other stuff that you wanted to do while I try to play catch up with mine. So we have the whole twisted area in there. I found that it was easiest to come in here and tie a little bit of a knot first. I know it's attacking me. So I tied just a little bit of a knot just to help me kind of hold it in place so that I wasn't stressing over it a whole lot. And since it was one of the colors that went in here, I can just take that and tuck it right in, twist around it, and you'll never see it. So I'm just twisting underneath where that binder clip is, because just going to give it a little bit of detail. And I'm going to take my 2 threads, and I'm just going to do a square knot. So left over right, right over left, or right over left and left over right. It doesn't matter as long as you do the opposite. Now, once I am completely done with all this, what I would do is put a little drop of glue on that knot, and then you can either cut off your little threads or just kind of try to tuck them in here a little bit. Chances are you'll never notice that they're there, but if it's something that's going to bug you, by all means, feel free to change it up how you would like to. Hey, babe, if you want to take my spot, you can work on putting some of your beads on there, and I'll try to play catch up on mine. See, I still left you a hole.
Okay, so you're gonna take one of the strands that doesn't have the decorations because they look kind of plain. And
Can't see it.
And so what I did is I took a water bottle cap and I put some different colored beads. We also my mom gave me some of these to use, which is these little rock kind of looking beads.
Yeah, they almost look like turquoise.
So all I'm gonna do is take one of these and put it in one of the threads. I can get it in the hole. Okay, there we go.
In all disclosure, she was trying to set me up earlier with finding me the smallest holes in the beads that she could. Yeah, don't be giving me that look just because they can't see it.
Okay, so now about here, you're gonna go ahead and tie a knot. You can tie it at the bottom, but as we experimented, that turned out to be a disaster. So all I'm doing is tying a little knot right about here, which I'm gonna tie a regular knot like you're gonna tie your shoes, and then I'm gonna go back in again and tie another one and pull it tight. Just like that. Have a little. You can either cut off the little end if it bothers you, but I'm just gonna leave it on. Okay, now I'm going to take one of this light colored bead right here and find the end of the green thread. And now what I'm going to do is just try to put it through the little hole.
And while I'm still playing catch up over here, because someone decided to give me like the hardest possible task, once you kind of figure out what you think you would want as your front or your back, you can go through and just kind of spin and kind of place your ribbon, your lace, whatever you have going on in here, just to make it kind of where you would like it to be placed. Yeah, don't you guys like that I have help with my hot mess crafting corner?
I'm doing the best I can.
You're doing better than me, let's be honest.
Okay, so I changed the ribbon to this lighter blue because the green was failing me.
You have to work over the table just a little bit.
I have a bad habit. Now all I'm gonna do is, again, repeating the steps I did. I'm gonna retie.
Yeah, I'm having a hard enough time trying to tie mine. I think Garrison's...
Yep.
Your uncle called the other day. Okay, sorry, back on track. We're recording. People don't care about your uncle. Okay, so I am tying mine off, and with the magic of, you guys don't want to sit here and hear us not talk and not say anything because we're fighting with our ribbon. Okay, lesson for today. Depending on what product you use, it's either going to be easier or harder. But I don't know. I like the colors that she picked out, so I'm going to say it was well worth the extra work. But it was some extra work, I'm not going to lie. We are going to pause this for just a second, and when we magically appear, we will have this caught back up to where you're at. All right, with the magic of a pause button, we are back.
Okay, guys, so we finished up making it after a while. So what I did was I took different kinds of beads. I used 2 on this string. Like I said, I just repeated the steps, did like how you would tie your shoe, and then just continued. This one here drive me insane because it had frayed edges, and it bothered me. So I feel bad for my mom for giving her the hardest material. And so she just put these little cool beads to keep it with the fire and water. So what we're gonna do, it's like a light bulb.
Yeah, they're called bulb pins.
So what we're gonna do now is we're going to take the pin and stick it through a decent amount of threads. And you can close it to leave it open if you want to go ahead and hook it on something. But I will close it for safety precautions.
Ooh, we're being cautious. Can you tell she doesn't get that from me?
And now, ow. And now, now I'm going to go ahead and I put it through the little wrap around. And yeah, I'm going to just close it up. And ta-da!
Ta-da! Ta-da! All right, guys. We need first aid. We stuck ourselves with a pin. This was Lynn with Paper Life and my daughter, and we are a hotter mess than normal. But hey, it was fun. While you guys are off on holidays and getting extra time at work, or, hopefully getting extra time from work off, spend some of that crafting with your kiddos if you can. Or laughing at your other one that's on a video game all the time.
Today was a bigger mess than usual because I decided to join and had no idea what I was doing. So.
Well, it was fun. It was fun teaching them something new. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. Check us out on Paper Life, and thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.